Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure review. Okay, so today we're going to jump into the time machine and travel back 6 whole years to the year 2018 as we take a look at this. From Hasbro in their Marvel Legends line, we are featuring the Kingpin. This figure was recently re-released, I think last year or early this year, under the retro carded Spider-Man line, but I really wanted to take a look at the first release, which was back in 2018. This is the Build-A-Figure Kingpin. So at the time, back in 2018, you could not buy this figure. You could not buy this figure individually by itself. It belonged to an assortment of action figures, and each figure came with a separate piece. Once you assembled all the pieces, you had this, a very impressive and large-sized action figure of the Marvel Comics supervillain, the Kingpin. It's a brick of an action figure. It's quite heavy, very large, and when I say large, this guy comes in at about a little over 7.5 inches. For a size comparison, here he is next to some other Marvel action figures. Also from Hasbro, we have the Marvel Legends Vulcan figure. You can see the gigantic size difference between the Build-A-Figure Kingpin versus a standard Marvel Legends. Here it is next to the Spider-Man or the Eddie Brock Venom figure. Again, this towers over Venom. Here's the Kingpin next to the Marvel Legends Wolverine. And it's an amazing action figure. This thing is huge, and I really kind of feel like if you have a collection of comic book inspired Marvel Legends figures, this is a must purchase. For one, the Kingpin is one of the heaviest hitters in the Marvel lineup. No pun intended. This guy, he's been a thorn in Daredevil's side. He's had many clashes with Spider-Man. And he's even had a couple of stories which involved the X-Men recently, especially during the Krakoan era where he was a member of the Hellfire Club. This guy is awesome. I love this figure a lot. Even with his large size, he does feature an incredible amount of articulation. His head swivels. He does look down a little bit, looks up. His arms are articulated as well. There is no swivel at the bicep, but there is an elbow bend with the swivel at the elbow. He has articulated wrists. He's too big for an ab crunch, but he does swivel beneath the chest line, like so. I really like the suit. The suit's really well done. They have just the right amount of folds and wrinkles. It's not overly embellished. It's a nice, realistic and clean look. He has articulation at the hips with the legs. They go upward and outward. There's also a thigh cut at the upper thigh, which allows for swivel. Single pinned knees, which also swivel. And he has articulated shoes. A very impressive action figure. This thing's so big. His accessories include his fancy looking walking cane with the giant gemstone at the top, and you can easily just hold it like so if you want to display him standing, looking and posing. And for an extra fun bonus feature, he has a swappable head, and the swappable head is the X-Men villain, the Shadow King, aka Amal Farouk. Very nefarious looking villain. And as you can see, he's kind of in the middle of his transformation where he's revealing his true identity. He kind of has the normal flesh tone, which is gradually changing. And once you see him up front, he has the crazy sharp razor fang teeth. And then the red eyes. And of course, his trademark glasses. So you can swap out the Kingpin head and then attach the Amal Farouk head. And then you have then you have Professor X's a long-time standing antithesis, the Shadow King, which looks really cool. Also, I think it was last year or the year before, there was the Marvel Legends Hawkeye Kingpin figure, which I have on me right now. So here's Kingpin as portrayed by actor Vincent D'Onofrio. And if you want like a Netflix Marvel Cinematic Universe Kingpin, this is the one to get. But as you can see, it's nothing when compared to the Build-A-Figure one. This is a beast. Maybe in your head you could pretend these two are brothers or it's his son. It's kind of wild. And I just have to do this also. Since we have the Kingpin, what better rival to have next to him than Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil? You know, whether they're battling it out on the streets for control of Hell's Kitchen or in the courtroom, this pair looks fantastic next to each other. So yeah, so overall, excellent action figure. You could find the Build-A-Figure pieces online through like eBay and Facebook Marketplace. The solo released figure from I think a year ago in the Spider-Man retro carded wave, it's pretty expensive. You're looking at a figure that's anywhere between $50 to maybe $70 on the secondary market. But this one's nice. The color scheme's a little bit more muted than the retro carded one, and you know, of course, you can easily just make the Shadow King. Alright, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I will see you at the next one. Alright, later.